Protocol dictated caution. Quarantine procedures stringent. The human came with warnings, a biohazard, volatile, unpredictable. We dismissed them. Arrogance. We were the consortium, masters of countless galaxies. A single human, insignificant. We were wrong. Our hub, orbiting a nebula, pulsed with the energy of 1,000 stars. It was a marvel of bioengineering, a testament to our collective genius. Each species had a role, a niche, a purpose. Then came the human, a specialist, they called it. An engineer invited to solve a structural anomaly in the hub's reactor core. No one anticipated the chaos it would unleash. The human arrived in a metal shell, a primitive contraption compared to our bioships. We brought it into the docking bay, the airlock hissing as it equalized the pressure. The consortium representatives waited, eager to witness the arrival of this anomaly. I remember the silence, the anticipation, and then the human emerged. It looked unremarkable, bipedal, small, covered in a thin layer of fibrous material they called clothes. No scales, no exoskeleton, just flesh. Vulnerable. Its eyes, small and dark, scanned the surroundings with a detached curiosity. It moved with an awkward grace, its limbs thin and seemingly fragile. The human, a female named Dr. Eva Rostova, according to its documentation, was surprisingly adept at her work. Her movements were quick, precise, her fingers manipulating our tools with an unsettling dexterity. She spoke little, her voice a high-pitched series of sounds we struggled to decipher. Yet she was efficient, quickly identifying the flaw in the reactor core's design. We were impressed, even amused by its primitive ingenuity. We had designed protocols for interacting with the human, safety measures to prevent contamination. But familiarity breeds complacency. We grew lax, dismissing the warnings as exaggerations. We allowed the human more freedom, access to our environment, our air, our water. This, we would learn, was our undoing. The incident happened during a routine observation session. Dr. Rostova was working on the reactor core, her movements a mesmerizing dance of efficiency. We watched from behind the safety barrier, our sensors recording every minute detail. Then it happened. She paused, reaching for a container filled with purified water. We had provided the water as a courtesy, unaware of the danger it posed. The human unsealed the container and without hesitation brought it to her lips, consuming a large quantity. We watched in horror. Water, the lifeblood of our hub, a carefully balanced cocktail of nutrients and minerals, was a deadly toxin to her species. Panic spread through the observation deck. This seemingly innocuous act sent shockwaves through our collective consciousness. How could something so essential to our existence be lethal to hers? The alarms blared, bathing the hub in a crimson light. The human, oblivious to the chaos she had unleashed, continued her work, seemingly unaffected by the potent liquid. Section 4. Alien Biology. We quarantined her immediately. The observation deck became a laboratory as we tried to understand what we were dealing with. Her bioreadings were off the charts, her internal chemistry a chaotic symphony of reactions we couldn't comprehend. What we discovered chilled us to the core. Her biology was not just different, it was fundamentally incompatible with ours. Water, essential to us, was a crude solvent for her kind, flushing out vital nutrients. The food we offered, rich in the elements that sustained us, was toxic to her. Her very breath, a nitrogen-oxygen mix, was a corrosive agent, slowly degrading the delicate balance of our atmosphere. Every moment she remained on the hub was a ticking time bomb. We were trapped with a creature whose very existence threatened to unravel the delicate fabric of our bioengineered world. Fear, primal and instinctive, took root. The human, once a curiosity, was now a harbinger of our doom. We had invited the destroyer into our midst, blinded by our arrogance. Section 5. Deadly miscalculation. We tried to rectify our mistake, to create a suitable environment for her within the hub, a desperate attempt to contain the damage, but we were too late. Her biology, we realized with growing horror, was not just individually lethal, it was infectious. In our haste to understand her, we had exposed ourselves to her. Our attempts to study her, to help her, had created a bridge, a pathway for her alien biology to interact with ours. The hub, once a symphony of life, began to fall silent. The delicate flora lining the walls withered and died, starved of the nutrients they needed, poisoned by the waste products of her existence. One by one, species began to succumb, their robust immune systems no match for the insidious, creeping death that spread through the hub. The human, quarantined in her sterile environment, remained oblivious to the havoc she had wrought. It was a chilling testament to the power of her biology, a force of nature as destructive as any supernova. The human, Dr. Rostova, was returned to her primitive vessel. We watched as her metal shell disengaged from the dying hub, a silent testament to our hubris. She left behind a graveyard, a monument to our arrogance. I write this now, a final log entry, as the last of my kind succumbs to the inevitable. The human in her ignorance may never understand the devastation she left in her wake, but we understand. We know now the true meaning of fear. We know the price of underestimating the resilience, the adaptability, the sheer, brutal tenacity of life.